seconds, and people would talk to you, be like, and that was where I was like, okay, I have to do something about it. So I saw a dentist, and she recommended Sensodyne. I'm like, I just need a toothpaste. Life's back to normal, even better than normal. All's good. No pain, no shock.
Once again, my name is Bimbo Oyedokun. I'm a dentist by profession. I also have the honor of being the General Secretary, Nigeria Dental Association, Lagos State Chapter. And once again, I'm happy to bid you welcome to this dental business seminar. Actually, on the program describes this as Sensodyne's 2-day mini MBA program. So, where are the Sensodyne people? Please hold Dr. Yinka Osho. He's going to give you an MBA when you are leaving this program, which you will be able to add to your CV. I'll just quickly acquaint us with the program. I'm sure all of us have copies of the program. We're right now going to have a welcome speech. Then the MD of GSK will speak to us. The NDA president will speak to us. And then we'll have our first proper presentation for the day. I'd like to recognize the presence of some important personalities just before we kick off this program. We have here present with us, we have Kerry Alexander, who is Marketing Director, GSK PLC. Please let's give a warm round of applause. I'd like to ask for warmer applause. I know it's very difficult to get Nigerians enthusiastic about anything nowadays. You know, it's 145 naira per liter, I understand. We're even saving our applause. We also have present with us the Sales Director, GSK Consumer Nigeria, Mr. Kayode Adebiyi. Please let's give him a warm round of applause. We also have the Area Expert Marketing Manager, Africa, Ansa Kodo. Please let's give her a round of applause. And also from GSK, we have the Managing Director, GSK Consumer Nigeria, Mr. T.S. Dayanand. Please let's give him a warm round of applause. From the dental profession, we have quite a who is who of dentists. It might not be possible for me to call out everybody's name here who I see. I see a lot of people who I know from various ways, but a lot of dental giants are here with us. I'd like to recognize the presence of the Dean, Faculty of Dental Sciences, College of Medicine, University of Lagos, Professor G.T. Arotiba. Let's give him a warm round of applause. Sitting also on that table, diametrically across from him, is somebody who I like to call my mother in dentistry, Professor of Periodontology, College of Medicine, University of Lagos, Professor K.O. Savage. Please let's give her a warm round of applause. I can also see seated within the audience, we have Professor Ajayi of Oral Pathology. Please let's give her a warm round of applause. We have former president of the Nigeria Dental Association, Dr. Femi Orebanjo, here with us. Please let's give him a warm round of applause. Immediate past president of the Nigeria Dental Association, Dr. Rotimi Olojede, is also here. Please let's welcome him warmly. And the incumbent, can I call you the Buhari of NDA, sir? The president of the Nigeria Dental Association, Dr. Olabode Ijarogbe. From Lasut, we also have Dr. Zonik Binde and Dr. Awotile. Please let's warmly recognize them. We will be recognizing the presence of other people as we go along. Now it is time for us to be officially welcomed. You know, I've been welcoming you since, but really I'm not the one in charge of the program. So let me call somebody who is fit to do the job properly. Please let's welcome warmly to the podium Mr. Kayode Adebiyi, Sales Director, GSK Consumer, with a warm round of applause. No, now we are going to have to change this our clapping pattern. Please, let's clap and encourage the man till he gets here. Yes.
Thank you very much, Bimbo. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are extremely delighted to have you here today to participate and share in Sensodyne 2 days mini MBA. And we are very happy because we know some of you have traveled from wide and far, from the north, from the east, from the west, and from Lagos. We're also particularly impressed to have Dr. Bode Ijarobi, the current president, Nigerian Dental Association. Thank you very much, sir, for being here today. We have Dr. ACO Olojede, the immediate past president. Thank you for coming here today. We have Professor Godwin Arotiba, the Dean, Faculty of Dental Science, Lagos. Thank you very much, sir, for being here today. We have all the consultants, Professor Salvage. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being here, for being part of this progress, and for being part of the team that is making the great impact in the life of Nigerians. Thank you very much, ma'am. We have dentists from Ogun State, from Port Harcourt. We have a lot of people here because they believe in what we believe in. GSK as a company, we're extremely committed to helping people to do more, feel better, and live longer. And this is an evidence that we're committed to what we say we will do. And thank you for being part of the vision, and thank you for being part of the mission, and thank you for being here today. Before I go to my seat, and before I hand over to Bimbo, I want to encourage all of us to be really fully ready for today. Today will be very, very exciting. There will be a lot of learnings, and I want to encourage us to keep an open mind. And I'm convinced that the next 2 days will be extremely exciting and learning for all of us. It's going to be extremely participatory, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful 2 days with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kayode Adebi, for that short and to the point welcome speech. I'd now like to call up to the podium the Managing Director, GSK Consumer Nigeria, Mr. T.S. Dayanand. Please let's welcome him warmly to the podium. You know, that's like the MD, you know, so usually they clap for the MD. Yes.
A very good morning to everyone who's here. Very warm welcome. Like Coyote told, possibly you've come from places which is quite far, and quite an early start at 9 o'clock today. Really grateful that you've been able to make it. I understand that there's some more people who are expected to come, so we would joyfully welcome them. I've had quite a few interactions with dentists. My personal experience, I've had 3 tooth extractions. A little uncomfortable when I sit in front of a dentist. I always have somewhat of fear, a lot of respect, because they're going to, extract the tooth. But I never felt joy with 400 dentists around. But I'm absolutely joyed today that possibly the center of gravity of Nigeria's dentistry has shifted to this place with so many bright dentistry talent that's out here. So hugely humbled by the fact that you've respected our invitation, you've come over here, and hugely proud that we've been able to make this a big audience. I understand from my regional expert marketing head that this is the first ever time in Africa, that includes East Africa, Southern Africa, West Africa, that we have tried bringing in the best of minds of dentistry and the best of minds of business into one forum. So for us, it's a little different, it's new, and I hope it will also be a new kind of interaction for you. GSK has been wedded to this land for decades now, maybe 4 or 5 decades, through the thick and thin of this country's economy, the life, the business, the company has been wedded, been here. We expect to be here for the future. Right through the time, we have collaborated with the doctor fraternity, with our channel members, with the government, with social bodies, with regulators, to do a little bit of what we can in terms of a small difference. So we do strongly feel that this will be one more step in the same direction. For me personally, learning in forums like this are of 2 types. One, I learn something totally new, I never knew. Or I know something, and because of the interaction I have, I see the same thing I know with a new perspective. So I hope in the next 2 days, we'll get both. That is, this forum gets to learn something new, and this forum gets to see the same thing with a very new perspective. So with that, I will extend once again a very deeply grateful thanks for your presence, and hopefully with the best of minds of dentistry and of business, we should be having an absolutely electrifying interaction the next 2 days. So my GSK team and the Sensodyne team will ensure that you have an absolutely comfortable time, and we hope to continue this as we go forward. So good luck and do have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dayanand, for that opening speech or address. You know, we did some recognition of important people here, and I realized I left out some people. I left out Dr. Derino of Lagos University Hospital, College of Medicine, University of Lagos. She's here. Please let's give her a warm round of applause. More importantly, Dr. Derino is my neighbor within the place where my office complex is. So I know that Dr. Derino is also an entrepreneur. So I'm recognizing some of the entrepreneurial people here today. We also have Dr. Shikena of PIV Dental. Please let's give her a warm round of applause. We also have Dr. Da Costa of Aquagem. Please let's give him a warm round of applause. A lot of you might know him from television, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when there's a star in the building, you have to recognize. So, it is now time for the Nigeria Dental Association's president. I think we're going to have to start saying, say presido or something. Dr. Olabode Jarogbe to give us his speech. Please let's welcome him warmly to the podium. We are going to have to do the applause again because he hasn't gotten here, you see. So let's keep the applause going till he gets here. Yes. You're very welcome, sir.
Do I say good morning, ladies and gentlemen? It's a wonderful day, it's a beautiful morning, a cool weather. First and foremost, I would say thanks to the Almighty God for making today possible for all of us to be gathered here this morning for this business seminar, dental business seminar precisely. Like it's been said earlier, a lot of people have traveled from far and near to make this program. So it shows how important it is to us as dental professionals. Without wasting much time, because our time is fast spent, I'm a man of protocols, and I definitely need to recognize some very eminent personalities in our midst, even though we are all very important. But please pardon me, I need to recognize some people seated in our midst this morning. First and foremost, I want to recognize the person of the Dean of the Faculty of Dental Sciences, a consultant, oral and maxillofacial surgeon. He's none other than Professor G.T. Arotiba. Please let's put our hands together for him. Also in our midst, as been mentioned earlier, is a foremost periodontologist. She was my teacher in school and she's still my teacher. a past president, or not just past. I call her mother of Nigerian Dental Association. She's none other than Professor Kofo Savage. Please, let's put our hands together for our mommy. Also in our midst this morning is a past president. I mean, you get to hear past president. You know, this program has been put together. It's a tripartite arrangement put together by the Nigerian Dental Association, GSK, and Lagos Business School. And so I'm going to recognize eminent personalities from the three different groups that put this program together. So, like I was saying earlier, another past president of the Nigerian Dental Association, whom I refer to as Emeritus President, the Deputy MD, Ajeromi Felodun General Hospital. Please, let's put our hands together for Dr. Orebanjo. Also seated with us this morning, and he's been mentioned earlier too, is another past president. As a matter of fact, the immediate past president, he handed over to me, of the Nigerian Dental Association. He's none other than Dr. Clement Olojade. Please, let's put our hands together for him. I want to recognize the Marketing Director, GSK, Mr. Kerry Alex. Let's put our hands together for him. Oh, sorry. This is Kerry Alex. Sorry. Mr. Kayode Adebiyi, the Sales Director, GSK. Let's put our hands together. Mr. Ansa Kodio, Area Marketing Manager, GSK. Let's put our hands together. What is this? Sorry. T.S. Diana, the MD, GSK. Please, let's put our hands together. Thank you. Wow. Without wasting much of our time, maybe as a group, I want to recognize the professors who are going to give us lectures this morning from LBS. I don't have their names on my list here. So let's put our hands together for them. They are going to lecture us this morning on the business aspects of our profession. Ladies and gentlemen, without taking much of our time, I think it's a wonderful time that we're gathered here this morning to examine a hitherto neglected area of our profession. And like I said earlier, it's a program put together by the Nigerian Dental Association, GSK, Glasgow Smithkline Nigeria, PLC, and the Lagos Business School. A lot of us went through dental school without being taught the business aspect of our profession. And we can see that lacking in many areas of our practice these days. It's a wonderful thing that you are taught properly how to treat your patient management and care. But also, equally important is the fact that you have been trained as a dentist to make money. We should not forget about that. But a lot of us forget that aspect. And so these days, we have a lot of people who practice and they don't have much to show for it. A lot of people retire from practice, they don't have anything coming in anymore. A lot of us bend down attending to patients, and some people develop kyphoscoliosis, if that's the way I'll put it, from practice without much to show for it. So it's high time. We feel this is a highly deficient aspect of our training. And like I discussed with the dean a few days back, I think we need to encourage a lot of dental schools these days to even put that as part of their curriculum. Teaching young dentists and even already practicing dental practitioners how to make money from their practice, whether you're in government setting or in private setting. As a matter of fact, a lot of government circles these days, government hospitals will tell you if you don't make money, they won't give you money. So how do you keep the clinic running? A lot of us forget that you have rented an apartment, or even if it was bequeathed to you by your father, it was at a cost to run your practice. You employ people to practice for you, to join you in your practice. You don't work alone. You work with the DSAs or the dental nurses. You have a technology to fabricate your appliances for you. You have cleaners. You have gate men. You have all sorts of people in your employ. Do you factor that in at the end of the day when you are charging your patient? A lot goes into practice, whether private or public, but the same rule applies. And I know in times past, during our seminars, we invited people to teach us, but I think we needed to put this together to enlighten a lot of our members and to have a proper focus on the business aspect of the dental practice. And that's the reason we're gathered here this morning. I want to believe a lot of us will seize this good opportunity to improve on ourselves, on our practice, like I said, whether the private or public sector, such that we have a renewed vigor, inject whatever new ideas we're able to put together from this seminar into our practice and make sure we run an efficient practice, both on the professional aspect and on the business aspect. The two must go hand in hand for us to have a profitable practice and be happy with ourselves, whether during practice or in retirement. So I wish us a wonderful time having this wonderful session during this seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ijarugbe. Please let's give him another warm round of applause for that presidential speech. I am buttering up Dr. Ijarugbe very much today because I'm very hopeful that I will soon be appointed his senior special assistant on media and publicity matters on a very good salary, sir, as we discussed. We're now going to move ahead to have the first presentation for today. Now, disclosure, there are some things I need to do before we go ahead. Those of us who have gotten the bags, if you've registered, you have this. Am I correct? Okay. Ushers, some of the people in front don't have. If you check inside your bag, there should be one of these things there. Once you open it, you see once you open it on your left, you will see the program there. Because I noticed that some people are not sure exactly what the program is, so that you can actually follow what we are doing. I'd like to recognize the presence of Dr. and Mrs. Abiodun Wright, consultant in oral medicine, Deputy Medical Director, Randall General Hospital. We also have here the Medical Director, Sky Dental Clinic, Dr. Fada Hansi. Please let's recognize her presence. So now I'm going to call to the podium a consultant, somebody who is going to be talking to us about the enterprise of dentistry, all the way from the Faculty of Dentistry, Bayero University, Kano. Please let's welcome warmly Dr. Tunde Bangbose. Yes, you can come up now, sir. The very dapper-looking Dr. Tunde Bangbose. Please let's give him a warm round of applause.
All right. I'm okay. It was good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have the volume down a bit, please? I feel very honored to be here with all of you, my very senior colleagues. Some people are probably seeing me for the first time in a very long time, and many faces I'm seeing also for the first time in a very long time. Dr. Ajayi, where are you? Oh, there you are. That's my aunt. All right. So I have 45 minutes for this presentation. I'll try to keep to time. I'm going to be talking about the enterprise of dentistry today. I trained in Lagos under Professor Arotiba. Interesting, I'm sitting right next to him now because I was his resident, and he brought me into all of this. In fact, he told GSK to bring me in on this program, so I feel honored to be here. The individual that introduced me to practice management is a professor of practice management at the University of Nebraska, where I trained, Dr. Dave Dorning, and we've talked a lot about this presentation and the event that is going on today. In addition to that, I'm working on a project with him for 6th of August, if I'm permitted to say that. On the 6th of August, the Faculty of Dentistry, Dental Surgery of the National College will be organizing a one-day workshop on practice management, which also we call the business of dentistry. Dr. Dave Dunning is working with us on that. His research interest, as you can see, he's more into patient-provider communication and practice management. So this is University of Nebraska College of Dentistry, over 100 years old, but it's still looking very nice and sharp. And that would be, do I have a pointer on this? Is there a pointer? Is there a pointer on this? There's no pointer, all right. Okay, so there is no pointer. So that's the operatory for the dental students in the College of Dentistry at the University of Nebraska. The first thing you see here is a very aesthetic environment, very clean environment, very well cared for. Okay. So the first thing that we need to also understand as dentists is how to keep our environments clean. Because a patient comes into the dental practice and they see a place with cobwebs and all looking very tacky and dirty, they wouldn't be comfortable opening their mouth. Now, let's start with the basic question that we all have come here to answer today. I hope we all thought about this. This question, I woke up with it this morning, and the first person I called was my wife. I woke her up. I was like, hey, let me ask you this question. And she tried giving me all the different answers. Then I asked the audience again here. If dentistry is business, what are we selling? Any answers? Can I have a microphone? I'll do this, two responses and we'll be done. Can I have a microphone, please, for the audience? 2 responses and we'll be done on that. If dentistry is business, what indeed are we selling? While we're having the microphone, I'll tell you a joke. I was in a small town some time ago and I was thirsty and I wanted a bottle of Coke. And I went to a Coke stop, a Coke kiosk, and there was this Igbo man, who very heavy set. So he got up from his seat grudgingly, and as he walked to the fridge to get the drink for me, he turned and looked at me and said, "How market? How market?" Then I looked at myself. Do I look like a trader asking me how market? So in dentistry, you never know. What are we selling, please? It's not on. Go ahead. Okay.
Dr. Shikena, Pew Dental Clinic. If dentistry is a business, then I'm selling myself as a dental surgeon.
You're selling yourself as a dental surgeon. Good. Second and last response, from behind the table. Second and last response. You're selling yourself as a dentist. All right. Where's the microphone? There is second response.
You're selling service.
I'm sorry?
Service. That's what you're selling.
You're selling service?
Service. Yes.
Very good. Thank you very much. I disagree with those two opinions. Those are the peripheries. The main thing you are selling is your treatment plan. Sorry, it's jumped. You're selling your treatment plan. That's where the money is. It's not your skills. It's not the service. It's not the environment. It's the treatment plan, right? I tell you how. That's where the money is. A patient comes to Dr. Jai's practice needing an extraction. She tells the patient, I take out this tooth, 10,000 naira. It's a third molar, lower third molar, or let's say maxillary right, second molar. She says, I take it out 10,000 naira. That's the first money she makes. Then she says, oh, I can actually save the tooth. I do an endo for you, 50,000 naira. Then I'll do a crown, 100,000 naira. That's 150,000 naira from that same case, against just doing an extraction for 10,000 naira and you are done. It's your treatment plan. That's where the money is. Every patient that walks into your office, into your clinic, into your practice, they are buying into your treatment plan. When you examine the oral cavity and you do all your charting and you make all the radiographs, and if you do not build a better treatment plan, you do not make money. You improve on your treatment plan by improving on your skills. When we finished as BDS back in the day, we knew we were just at the rock bottom of a ladder, and you had to go on and on to specialize either into residency or like Emeka into some other programs, or run a practice of your own, or attend update courses and workshops to improve on your skills. When you improve on your skills and you're now doing implants, you make better treatment plan. Then you are selling. How market? I'm sorry, I will drink while I talk. So that's what we are selling. And that's all we are talking about today. So how do we sell dentistry is all we are talking about today. The points that have been made by the other contributors, they're valid points. But see, those points they made will help you in selling your treatment plan. So the oral diagnosis clinic that you have in your practice, in a dental school, or in your office is the key. That's the major hub of your money generating machine. If you don't get it right in the diagnosis clinic, or when you see a patient for the first time as a new patient visit, you may not be able to maximize your income. Dentistry is very peculiar because this is the only profession where we have a built-in repeat customer experience. Built-in repeat experience, built-in money-making experience, in the sense that we often tell our patients, come every 6 months for scaling and polishing, for prophy, for hygiene treatment, and they buy it, and they come every 6 months, right? So we have that. It's a built-in money-making machine. And every 6 months they come, you avail yourself the opportunity of reviewing the oral hygiene and the dental status of a patient. Why? So you can continue to formulate and reformulate and improve on your treatment plan so that you can make money, right? Sure, I'm sure you get that. Now here is a question I don't have an answer to, and I'm actually seriously looking for an answer to that question because it keeps bothering me. Now we know where the money is in dentistry. How do I get the money into my practice? Serious question. How do I get money into my practice? In Nigeria, we talk about the NHIs. I have spoken with Dr. Awoshika. In fact, he's working with us on the workshop that we are planning for August. Right now, where are the patients? How do I attract the patients to my practice? How do I attract the patients to my office? Because the more patients you attract, the more you're able to sell your treatment plan, and the more your income will be.